situation. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Again, it's Wentz. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now Wentz. Touchdown! Carson Wentz able to find Terry McLaurin. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in.
Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Charger drive about to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one lines up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting at my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for two. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for two, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll go again with Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Brandon, we spent time with this team before the game, and there was never any indication that they did not like their kicker.
Well, it shows right now that they didn't like their kicker. Why didn't they just put it through the goalpost and take the lead?
That is going to be the question that has to be answered. I don't know about you, but I'm skipping my flight. I'm going to the post-game press conference to find out what they were thinking.
Instead of playing conservative, they go through the air, and what a stunning turn of them. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A give up the middle to Gibson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Running on first down, Eckler. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. He's got McKinney complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Touchdown, Chargers! Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, Charles, after the first quarter, it was just complete disaster for them. Everything has flipped. I mean, it's 180 degrees in the other direction now here in quarter 2.
Championship effort right there. How about that marching almost the length of the field, coming through on their final opportunity to get the win? This is one that this team will remember forever, as well as their fans.
And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive. But get started on it and start chopping into that lead, and maybe inspire your defense to help out as well.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Here's Wentz to throw. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their route.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. They'll set up a throw. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing now is Wentz. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Back to the ground with Gibson. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw is Wentz. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. He stiff arms him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
It's Eckler again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
Nah, don't leave now. Let's go. Hell no.
You talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Wentz to throw. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw, Wentz. That one caught by the tight end Bates. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 13-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gibson again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Now Wentz gotta have this one. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. One final try now for Wentz. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. One last throw here for Herbert. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
What's the older